Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Afro Scientific Spirituality. This is the channel where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstition, and the concept from the misconceptions. So today we are going to be talking about how to avoid common scams in African spirituality, especially Nigerian scams. This is a topic that is very serious, and I think it's high time we addressed it. To be honest, I have not seen anybody that have addressed this topic online before, so I think this is going to be one of the first video. So this phenomenon of scam in spirituality, it is something that I've observed that I've came up within the last 15 to 20 years due to the fact that a large number of black Africans in America, black Americans in the Caribbean, in Brazil, in Canada, they are trying to connect back to the motherland, trying to know more about their spirituality, try to get close to the people back home. Many of them are thinking that the so-called original African practitioners are the pure Africans, and so they must be close to nature, they must have a good heart, they must be good people. But to their constellations and charging, these people are one of the worst set of Africans. Sorry to say this. These people that they are trying to contact to get in touch with, they are not as they appear to be. Many of them are bad people. I am afraid to say this. And so many black Africans have been scammed. Many of them have been burnt by these so-called African spiritual practitioners. So many foreigners their life have been destroyed. Some of them have even been killed, have been murdered by these so-called African traditional practitioners, all in the name that they are trying to connect back to their motherland, trying to do things with people from Africa, trying to realign themselves with their lost culture. So today I'm going to list that. I have been able to identify 7 major pitfalls that people fall into, and I'm going to go over them one by one so that if you come across this phenomenon online or you encounter this in your personal life or in your spiritual journey, you should be able to know that this is a scam. So first thing you need to know, most of the African practitioners that claims to be doing these scams online, many of them are not really practitioners. Many of them are just plain hardcore scam artists that are looking for every single way to get your hard-earned currency. In fact, when they see black Americans, they see dollar sign. When they see foreigners, what they see is dollar sign. They don't see you as an individual. They don't see you as a person. All they see is how much money they can be able to take from you. They don't care about anything else. So you need to know this, and you need to be very, very careful. The first scam that you need to identify is the online Facebook scam, whereby you will see somebody will create a Facebook profile with a name that is very native, you can't even pronounce it. In the picture, they will have lots of traditional fetish items, and they will list all sorts of problems, and they will claim that they have solution to all these problems, and they will start getting into people's inbox. These people will create these fake profiles, and they will join so many groups on Facebook, and they will start sending unsolicited messages to people, facing that they have cure, they are traditionalists, they are the best, they are this, they are that, you should patronize their services. At the end of the day, they want you to send Western Union or MoneyGram to pay them. For people that are claiming that they can make you rich and a millionaire, you can join the Illuminati, they can make you this and that. How come they still need money from you? You should ask yourself these questions. If they really have all the secret to wealth, do you think they are going to be sharing it for free on Facebook? Are they not going to be sharing that in a private island in the Caribbean or in somewhere in Thailand, living the life? How come they are on Facebook always disturbing people 24 hours, they have remedy for everything, and yet they need you to send Western Union and MoneyGram to them? They don't even give an account, a proper decent bank account. So you will not even have anything to trace them when they run away with your money. So that is number one scam. If you see anybody online telling you that they can solve all your problems, they are from Africa, they are this, they are that, just know that it's a scam. Number two is what I call the cultural spirituality supremacy. There are so many tribes in Nigeria, in Africa, that we want to claim that my culture is more superior to yours. So therefore, I am supreme to you. You should bow down to my culture. My culture only have the right spirituality. It is the oldest and most ancient spiritual practice, and you should or you must come to practice my own spiritual system, and you should forget about yours. But this is nothing but a scam, and they have used it to defraud so many people. When you look at these people saying my culture is this, my culture is that, they are actually nothing to write home about. In fact, you will discover that when you try to go into history to check about cultures that have really made impact upon this world, their own culture is nothing to write home about. We know powerful cultures in history. We know the ancient Egyptian culture, we know the Roman culture, we know the Greek culture, we know Greek cultures in West Africa. We know about all these people that do real things. You will see somebody come out from a certain tribe or cultural affiliation. They say they have a supreme spirituality, whereas they don't even have a single book. The so-called deity have not been able to inspire anybody in that culture to write a book about the history of that culture, about the history, the origin of that deity, the categorization, the elemental properties, nothing you know about the deity. And they claim this deity is more supreme than anything in the world. And the worst thing, they want you to come to that deity through them. The only way you can get in touch with that deity is to travel to their village in one remote area in Africa where there is no light. Most times there's no electricity, no good roads, no good food. They want you to come and camp there in order for you to get in touch with this deity. Most times it is a scam. If your deity is so powerful as you claim, somebody don't need to travel 5 or 10,000 miles to go to them before they can be able to do something with that deity. Your deity should be able to move beyond time and space and affect lives of people beyond time and space, as other deities have been doing. I have experienced deities doing work, changing people's life from one location to another without them changing, without them traveling. If a simple Christian can pray to their God inside their room and their God can answer their prayers, and a good spiritualist can be able to light a candle and use a picture to effect change thousands of miles away, then I don't see why your so-called powerful deity that you claim to be more powerful than anything else cannot be able to do the same thing for anybody that they want to help. So what you need to know that this cultural supremacy thing is a scam. And most of these people that say this, these practitioners, most of them, they are illiterates and semi-illiterates. In fact, if you are an African in diaspora that comes back home to deal with most of these so-called African practitioners, you are going to be very, very disappointed. Because a good 99.9% of them didn't even go to university. So their mentality is very, very low. And most of them don't know that there's a way you have to develop your spirituality. As you evolve in life, you also evolve your spirituality as you grow along. Many of them don't know this. Many of them are still using the same old school way their forefathers used to contact their deity. They are still using the same method in their practices till today. So it is a very sad notion that for you as an intelligent, educated person coming from abroad to say you want to learn more about your African spirituality, then you now stoop yourself so low to the extent to be using tools and formulas that are outdated to practice the spirituality. It's very, very sad and painful. And besides, Most of those people that practice this spirituality, they don't really know what they are doing. They don't even know the basic classification of spirits. So they are the one that always have this. What they just have is a very big ego, and they are all gatekeepers of the spiritual tradition. That is what they do. If you go to them for learning anything, they are not going to teach you the real thing. They are always going to treat you as an outsider for as long as possible, because they are afraid of telling you the secret of what they do, that what they do is simply natural way of living. If they tell you the secret, they know that they cannot have any control over you. And what they want is just control. What they want is money. So they will keep telling you that there is something supreme that they don't yet know, that some big secret that they are hiding that can be able to change the world, that can be able to change your life. They'll never tell you that big secret. And so you waste your time with these people. So it's very, very sad. My advice to this kind of practitioners, we have so many of them in Nigeria. If your spirituality is so supreme, or you want it to be supreme, the best way is to teach it out to people. Write a book about your spiritual systems. Get as much people as possible to use the system. The more people that use your spiritual system, the more influence your spiritual system will have all over the world. That is as simple as it is. For instance, we have the English language. It came from England, we all know. How did it grow? It only grew by the amount of people that are using it. Now today, more than 60% of the world are speaking English. If so many people don't use the language, will it be so influential and powerful? No. So, if you as a traditionalist want your spiritual practice to be influential and superior, the best thing you have to do is to teach people how to use that system and try to get as much people to use the system. That is the only way your spirituality can grow and become supreme and superior. But for you to be hiding it and say that it's superior and only a handful of people in your village or in your locality make use of that spirituality, it is not supreme, it is dying, and it will soon be extinct. So these gatekeepers in African spirituality, these voodoo gatekeepers that are there, that are saying that they are supreme, hiding this, hiding that. I'm going to make another video about this secrecy in African spirituality, because it's a whole new topic on its own, and it is one of the major problems that is affecting African spirituality. So anybody that is telling you are talking or you are in touch with an African practitioner and is giving you this vibe or this superiority complex speech that is culture is the most supreme, is this, is that, they are everything, original, this and that, and blah, 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 blah. Just tell them to go to hell. None of the cultures in Africa has been able to do more than what the ancient Kemetics did. To me, that is the most supreme African spirituality culture you can find on the continent. If you have seen another one that can be able to do what those people did, you can tell me. Until then, if you don't practice that, you should keep quiet about your culture being supreme. Okay? So, number 3 is the scam of initiation. This is a very, very big money scam for African traditionalists. Most of them, when you get in touch with them, they will want to get as much money from you as possible. The easiest way to tell is that you have to be initiated into their system. Initiation ceremonies are very expensive. You cost thousands of dollars. Some cost up to $5,000, $6,000, $10,000. They will look at you and weigh you to determine the amount of money you can pay, to tell you how much you are going to spend in that initiation, because they want to rip you off. So they always tell new people, novice, especially young Black Africans, enterprising Africans in diaspora that want to learn, they'll tell them you have to travel down to Africa to be fully initiated before you can call yourself a real Africa, before you can be able to practice the spirituality in line. It is all a bloody scam. Don't waste your money to buy ticket to come to Africa. You don't need to travel down to Africa to practice African spirituality. You don't need to pay any native doctor, babalawo, or broko, or spiritualist any money for anything to be initiated, you should ask yourself this question. The founders of that spiritual system, who initiated them? Who was the first person that was initiated into that system? Because there need to be a first person, right? There need to be a beginning. So probably the first person will have to be initiated by the spirits, right? He must have to inspire by the spirit. If the same spirit that they are venerating has a beginning and have to initiate the first person, then that spirit can also initiate you directly. In fact, what you really need to know in spirituality is the name of the deity you want to connect to. If you want to contact any deity, you can do that by yourself. Just by getting the name of that deity, lighting a candle, try to see if you can connect that deity by yourself. You don't need to go through any middleman. If anybody tells you that they are the priest or the deity, you have to call between them. If they don't initiate you, nothing is going to work. That person is a big liar and a big thief. So, initiation ceremonies, you don't need them. You can initiate yourself anytime, any day you are ready. In fact, when you are ready, the spirit will call to you. You don't need to pass through anybody. They will initiate you by themselves. I have experienced it. So, initiation is a very big scam. Don't do it. Okay? Number 4 is the oath taking. When they are finally initiated you, or if they have not, or they are working for you, another way of getting money or controlling you is to get you to take an oath that you will not tell any secrets about the culture, the tradition to any outsider. And the day you break that oath, you are going to die or something bad is going to happen to you. That is a very, very big lie. The only reason for them doing this is for economic reasons. Because in the course of them working for you most times, you will be exposed to exactly what they are doing. You will be exposed to the methods they are using in their practices. And these are regular methods that anybody can use once you know them. So they know this. So in order for you not to reveal those methods or start using them to help other people, they are going to threaten you with an oath, threaten you. It can be a blood oath or any scary thing they think will put fear into you and tell you if you go against us, you are going to die. You will not die, nothing will happen. If you have known some of these secrets, you can use them to start helping people around you without charging money, spreading the secret, tell people so that people can benefit their life. You don't need to be afraid of these people. What they are just after is an everlasting control on you so that they can secure their practices, they can keep it for as long as possible. That is just what they are after. So, if you have taken any oath in the past not to reveal any secrets, you are free to do anything you want to do. Forget those people, they are all criminals. Number 5, after they have succeeded in initiating you, telling you all things that after this initiation, everything is going to be fine, your life is going to be perfect, you're going to be having all what you have ever dreamed of. Then you did the initiation, you find that you're having difficulty in your life. Nothing has changed, things are still moving bad. You go to them, say, but I did the initiation, I did everything you asked. Why have I not moved forward in life? Then they will not bring this lie to say that you did something in your past life. That is why you cannot achieve the things you are struggling for in this lifetime. Anybody that tells you that you did something in your past life and is making them not to get what you want, that is another scam you should know. If you are sure that the person did something in his past life, why did you allow the person to go through the initiation in the first place? You have taken money from this person. You have deceived this person to do a very expensive initiation in the belief that his life is going to change. Now, he has done this initiation before you start saying that he did something bad in his past life, so they cannot get a husband, they cannot get a house, they cannot get what they want. That is a scam. You should know this and you should run away from those people. Number 6 is the monthly payment. Most of these African spiritualists, they have started operating like church that require their members or their victims to be parting away with a monthly quarterly or annual payments of money for ritual sacrifices for their protection and blessing. It is all scam. It's just money that this practitioner needs to be taken from you all the time. There are some that have formed registered NGO in Africa, in Nigeria, that they claim that they are working with the government, that they are doing some work of broadening the consciousness of African people, promoting African spirituality. They are all criminals. At the end of the day, they ask you to pay money that you are required to be paying a certain amount of money to them every month. You don't need to do this. You don't need to send money to Africa every month or every year for any of these things. Most of the time, 99%, it is just a scam. They just put fake pictures online, use your money for their own personal welfare. It is just a job. If you want to do any real charity work, go to reputable charity organizations you have researched online and give them the money. If you are not satisfied, you may fly down and do the charity work yourself. But to give anybody that you don't really know online that money to claim that they are doing something for you, it is wrong. Anything, if you want to do anything right, do it yourself. So this is one of the scam channels that they are using to open to defraud people. Another thing you need to know, most of these African spiritualists claiming to do all these things, they don't come online. Many of them don't have a YouTube channel. You don't see their faces. You rarely see their face. You should encourage them if you are really doing a good work, as you claim to be doing. Tell them to register a YouTube channel, come online, talk like this, write about their spirituality, write books about their deities, let people see their faces, let people know who they really are, instead of hiding behind fake profiles on social medias to be claiming that they are all powerful, they are all for African empowerment. If you are ready for empowerment, come online, open an office so that we can see you, we can meet you one-on-one. We can have your phone number, we can know how to call you, how to reach you, how to work with you. Tell them to do this. We want to know. Even me, I don't really know much about African spirituality. I'm still learning. And I'm still a student. I would like to know more. If you think you have something, some great secret that can be able to move the whole of humanity forward in your village, bring it online. Let's talk about it on YouTube. Maybe somebody that is very much interested with all the finance can pick it up, and then we run from there. You cannot claim to have the secret of life, the holy grail, and then you'll be hiding in darkness and suffering, and you'll be asking people to send you money by Western Union to sustain yourself. It's very unfortunate. Okay. Another way again, after number 7, then we say you have to do something great for the juju or the deity for your life to change. This is another scam that most of them are doing. The same scam that pastors are running in Nigeria. Doing something great for the juju is translate to buying a car for the juju priests, building a house for the juju priests, or taking one of the children of this juju priest to abroad. Is it the juju you are taking to abroad, or you are empowering the life of this so-called native doctor or this babalawo? You have to do something for them, for your life to change. It is just a scam. You don't need to waste your strength, to waste your time doing anything. You don't need all this. But there are just ways they use to deceive people, to deceive naive Africans in diaspora. And so many Africans have been deceived this way. I've seen where Black Americans fly to Nigeria to pay $5,000 to get initiated. They are seriously defrauded. Everything about them. Some of them almost lost their life. You don't need to come to Africa for any sort of initiation. Please, if you want to learn about African spirituality, what you really need to do is just to study the real African history and live your natural life. It's as simple as that. There's a lot of materials on African spirituality online, on African history. You can learn from there. Don't let anybody deceive you to come to Africa, to come to Nigeria. Don't let anybody deceive you that their culture is supreme, that you need to come to bathe in one dirty stream in their village before you be purified. Don't let anybody deceive you that African spirituality is the most powerful spirituality. They don't do a spell for you, it will not work properly. Once you know your history as an African, you can work with any spiritual system in the world, in the planet, and it will work for you. That is as simple as it is. You don't need to stop going to your church or stop practicing your formal spirituality because you want to go into African spirituality. You can practice your African spirituality and still practice others as well. As far as you are in line with your ancestors and you are aware of who you are, you have your full knowledge of self, it will still work for you. So all these lies they are telling online of cultural supremacy, initiation, oath taking, and paying money constantly, it is all scams. Please know this for free. Know this for once. There are so many scams in African spirituality. Don't fall a victim. And if you have already been a victim, you are sending money to one of these babalawos every month or middle of every year, you should stop sending that money. It's not doing anything for you. If you really want to sacrifice something, buy the chicken and do the sacrifice yourself in your kitchen or your backyard. The deity will still accept your sacrifice. Okay? These people doing these things, they are just criminals. They don't know anything more than you. Divination is just a skill anybody can learn. The person doesn't have to be pure to practice divination. You don't have to be pure to be a psychic. You can be a criminal, lying and deceiving people every day. You can still be a very good divinator. You can be a piece of shit, a scumbag. You can still be a very good psychic. So spiritual gifts, clairvoyance, clairaudience, astral projection, telekinetics, or any of those stuff that they are using to deceive you, you don't need to be pure to know how to do them. It's just another skill, like learning how to drive or learning how to swim. Any kind of person can know how to swim, good, bad, evil, they can learn how to swim. Okay? So you don't need to look at them like they are some sort of pure people. There is no pure bloodline. Some people claiming that my bloodline is more pure than yours. I am the direct descendant of some bloody people I don't even care to know about. Everybody have royal blood on this planet. Okay? Everybody is created uniquely divine. No race is superior to another race. No culture is superior to another culture. Okay? You need to know this. So please be careful of these scams and develop that self-esteem within yourself. So I hope that this message is well accepted, and I'm very happy today. Share and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and you can click the links below to download my free copy of the Metaphysical Study Group. You can also join the group. You can check the links below for any of those items if you like any of them. So I wish you a very wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye.